let's talk about a few seasons away. Let's talk about how the women had to handle inappropriate situations. And the first one I will talk about, and everybody knows the situation with Shandi. Shandi was the girl working at Walgreens, really tall girl, super skinny, very awkward, and really and truly, she just happened to be a tall girl who was thin, living in Middle America with her cute little boyfriend. Whatever, it's fine. They put her on America's Next Top Model, and they make her beautiful. It's kind of that Cinderella story where they take her glasses off and give her blonde hair, and now she's a stunning model. They go to Milan. It's their first international trip where they wanted to go to the different places where fashion is key. So, you go to Paris, you go to Milan, you go to Beijing, you go to all these international places where fashion, reigns supreme. So they go to Milan or Milano. And they're paired with these drivers to drive them around to the different go-sees. Because I think the season before they had the girls go to Paris and the girls had to ride the subway by themselves, and it was a hot mess. Like the girls couldn't get to the go sees because everything was in French. All they had was a map, and they were trying to get on public transportation. It was a mess. So this time they had the girls ride around with the drivers. The girls decided to have these drivers come back to the apartment where they were staying. They're drinking. Shandi is drinking, according to her now, which she looks unrecognizable, not in a bad way. She looks unrecognizable. According to Shandi, she finished two bottles of wine herself and she ended up extremely intoxicated. But while she was in the hot tub, she kissed one of the Italian models. She gets up, they go to the bathroom, and they end up in the bed. Now, the way she's saying it says that she believes that she was essayed. I am not going to put that essay jacket on any man without some kind of caveat to this. And I'm not saying that I don't believe all women. I believe that what happened to Shandi was inappropriate for multiple reasons. But I don't feel like this man walked in with the intention to do this. I just think it was a huge, massive mistake on everybody involved. And I mean everybody. I mean production. I mean security. I mean Tyra, who's hosting this show. I mean Shandi herself and the guy involved. I think everybody messed up. And let's go down how it's messed up. Why is security and production allowing these men to come back? Because it'll make good TV. But is it safe for the girls? They don't know these men from a can of paint. Anything could have happened to those girls. Anything. And I guess because the guys of the cameramen are there, because there are cameramen there, will stop anything that goes too far. Well, are the cameramen deciding what goes too far? Are those girls getting super crazy drunk? Is that not too far? Should the cameraman have been stepping in and saying, "Oh, okay, is this is the barometer? Are we supposed to stop this? Wait, they're too drunk. Should we say anything?" Like Shandi cheating on her boyfriend, is that too far? Were they supposed to stop it? Then, like, those men should have never been allowed in the apartment. The girls drinking, they can't stop them from drinking. That's fine, I guess. I mean, they're all adults. I think nobody was 19, and even overseas in Milan, I think the drinking age over there is 16. I don't think it's like here. I know it's not like here, it's 21, but I don't know if it's 18 or 16 over there. Then she ends up she makes out with this guy in the hot tub, and then she ends up going to the bathroom, and they filmed that with her in the bathroom. Highly inappropriate. That never needed to be aired. It was not okay. And then they film her in the bed with this man, which now you're basically recording softcore porn. So it didn't need to happen. It didn't need to be recorded. It's not something everybody need to see. It could have been one of those things where the next morning the girls are talking about it at the most. But I do feel everybody failed her. Like I don't rem I remember watching that scene live when it aired, and I don't remember any of the girls telling her, "Hey, bring your white skinny butt over here and sit down somewhere before you do something stupid. You need to stop." And I feel like again, everybody is to blame in this situation. If that was me, I would have pulled Shandi to the side and said, you're really about to do something stupid. I think it's time for the guys to leave. You don't need to leave. I mean, excuse me, you need to leave. You need to stay. And if she's drunk and doesn't remember, fine. She wants to be mad at me in that moment. She'll thank me in the morning. And no one did anything. And it shouldn't have aired. And when you think that moment is the worst, watching Shandi wake up the next morning and be so devastated and so upset and so emotional, and they're still recording, and she wants to leave, and the girls are trying to comfort her, and they give her a phone. After she threatens to want to go home from Milan, they give her a phone and let her call her boyfriend, and that also airs. And that phone call is a horrible phone call. I remember that like it was yesterday. That boy was devastated on that phone. He was so upset. He called her a stupid bitch because he was angry. It wasn't that he hated her or whatever, but he was really angry and he was really, really hurt, understandably so. And she had to live through that moment, not only when it happened, but then when it aired. But here's the real sinister part. And this is why Tyra, because they asked Tyra about the Shandy moment, and she's like, oh, well, yeah, I'm not involved with the production side, so I don't really know. Blah, 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 BS, BS, BS. Because that next night, they sat down with Tyra, and all of a sudden, Tyra's talking about cheating and, you shouldn't cheat. And if you want to cheat, do this. And, flirt, 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 and then bring it all to me. Like that's just a normal part of conversation to bring up instead of bringing up if the girls were having a good time. Do they feel safe? How's Italy? How was the go-sees? How was this? She's now randomly talking to them about cheating, and now it's brought up about the Shandy situation. And this is again why comes up as disingenuous in this whole thing because she acts like she's oblivious. I'm just the model host. I want these girls to succeed, but in reality, you are an executive producer and a host, and you were highly involved in all of this, including the embarrassment of this girl who was embarrassed again multiple times when it happened, when it aired, and then having to relive it on Tyra's ridiculous show. And that was a devastating life moment for her. And, she said she still thinks about it. I mean, after she got off the show, her and her boyfriend were able to get back together, but people are calling her a slut on the street. People are calling her a cheating whore on the street while her and her boyfriend are walking around. I mean, you don't recover from stuff like that because people don't let you recover from stuff like that. So that was her situation. And again, it was a lot of trauma and then add that trauma on top of having to relive it over and over again.